Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another round of the playoffs here with UAH Charger Blue taking on New Haven Varsity. I am 4-3 Rada here today with 4-3 Hawkshaw. Just to kind of kick things off here, Hawkshaw, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. This is going to be a good game, especially Varsity. They've been looking really good, taking out Ascent and Riot both in pretty dominant fashion. And now they're up against Charger Blue, which It's probably going to be one of the harder opponents, especially from what we've seen from Charger Blue over the last few weeks with their win over Havoc and really just how solid they've looked as a team. So we're going to see how well UNew Varsity, with their roster changes and lineup changes, how well they can stack up to them.
Yeah, UNew Varsity is definitely a whole different beast from the team that we've seen in the regular season, Hawkshaw. The playoffs for them have been very, very, very successful. And just to touch on that topic a little bit here with the playoffs, obviously before we actually go to the top half of the postseason, which is our playoffs, we now have our play-ins rather, going on. And we've seen earlier, 2 days ago, I want to say, match one between UNew Varsity and 413 Riot, where UNew Varsity was victorious. And then yesterday, of course, we saw UNew Varsity take on Ascent and
Ascent.
actually beat them as well. Sorry, I was looking at a different screen real quick. Right now, however, UNew Varsity is going to go up against UAH Charger Blue, and UAH Charger Blue just so happens to be the one team that defeated the #1 team in the regular season, Havoc. So, how do you think this is gonna go?
I think it's definitely going to be tough because, like we said, Charger Blue, they've looked a lot stronger, but so has UNew Varsity. So we don't really know how these new sort of quote unquote forms, I guess you could say, or these changes. I don't know yet how they'll match up against each other, I should say. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm very curious, but we know what the playoffs is going to look like. Obviously, the winner of the play-ins, whoever wins today's match will go up against Catalyst, and then whoever wins that match will go and end up in the actual playoffs. But let's take a better look at our Rogue Energy fixtures. Looking at our fixtures here, we've obviously seen UNew Varsity take out Riot 3-0, and then the next day, UNew Varsity taking out Ascent 3-0. They are looking very, very strong, Hawkshaw. I asked you before just now, what do you think? How do you think this match is going to go? But out of these two teams, Hawk, if you have to go and really sit down and make a decision and think on this, do you think UNew Varsity would be good enough to beat UAH Charger Blue and take it to match 4 versus Catalyst? Or would you expect that UAH Charger Blue will be victorious today?
I'm not really sure. I really have to highlight again that win over 413 Havoc from UAH Charger Blue. Whether or not it was a fluke, we don't know. But they have been looking really good, so we'll really see if that win over Havoc was a fluke, or if they really have just become that strong, and maybe even take out UNew Varsity from the play-ins.
I have to agree with you. I think despite UNew Varsity taking these two matches, I honestly think they've really improved, and they're a very, very formidable foe for UH Charger Blue. But if we were to go to our Rogue Energy predictions, Hawkshaw, and I would have to make a choice, I would say that I would probably just have to go with UH Charger Blue for this one.
Yeah, probably same here. I really feel like this might be like where the road sort of ends for UNew Varsity. But I do think it could be a close game, but I think Charger Blue might have the edge over them.
I agree. I think it's going to be a close game. I did speak for those who are cheering on the UNew Varsity. I did speak to Suspect a little bit. 413 Suspect rather, will be joining us in a moment, and I'm just gonna ninja edit this live on stream. He actually said, you know what? I think UNew Varsity is going to take the win. So, I think not all is lost, not all hope is lost, and I think UNew Haven and Varsity have a pretty good chance here. You know, if they can take UAH Georgia Blue by surprise and show up in the same fashion that they've showed up over the past 2 days, I don't know if this match is that clear-cut, Hawkshaw.
Yeah, it really could be. I do respect that. I do respect that UNew Haven pick from Suspect. Like I said, it could definitely go either way at this point, especially with how strong UNew Haven has been throughout their last couple matches. Even like the last time they played Ascent, like the other week, they had lost in a close 3-2 game, and then last night they just came in and absolutely steamrolled them. So if that's anything to go by, I think this could be a closer game.
I agree with you. I agree 100%. Now, question of the evening for me to you, Hawk. If you were to, you know, interview any of the players on either team, who would you like to interview? Would you rather ask RKO some really difficult questions, or would you like to interview G-Cons for UNew Varsity, UNew Haven Varsity?
I don't know. I gotta see what's going on behind the mastermind known as RKO.
All right. In that case, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get G-Cons in here because I am very curious how they have prepared, how they're feeling about going up against UH Charger Blue. So let me see if I can drag him in here real quick. There we go, G-Cons. Welcome. How are you feeling, my man?
I'm great, man. How are you doing?
We are absolutely wonderful. We're very excited to watch this match unfold. You guys are on a roll, having beaten Riot and Ascent, you know, the previous 2 days. Now, third day in a row. I don't know if that's a benefit or you know, a downside having to play that frequently. What do you think?
Well, if I'm being honest with you, I think more than ever our team is really motivated to win. So I think like catching us right now in like a really high state for us to feel ready to play and feel excited to play, I think it's a real asset for us. So I think it's playing to our advantage, the fact that we're playing so many days in a row. Yeah, I don't know if anyone in the world likes playing Overwatch this much, but you know, our team seems to be enjoying it, so I'm okay with that.
It definitely shows on screen as well. These past 2 days have been absolutely wonderful. 3-0 Riot, 3-0 Ascent. You guys are absolutely on a roll. I think it works to a benefit for you now. I would say that it would probably benefit us as well. Now, UAH Charger Blue, you could say, is a slightly different beast from Riot and Ascent. What have you guys done specifically to prepare for these guys?
Well, obviously we've watched over their previous matches just to see what they're inclined to run. We've devised strategies, and we feel prepared and we know what to do, and we feel like we have an answer for everything. Also, with our comp that we've been running, I think that it's going to work out really well because everyone's just been kind of in the zone. Everyone's feeling it, so I'm feeling good about that.
You know, sometimes it's better to just play to your strengths, even if it's slightly out of meta. So I 100% agree with that. Last question for you, G-Cons. Is there anything you would like to say to UAH Charger Blue before we get them in for an interview?
Well, all I'm going to tell them is, well, I think we'll see who the better Chargers are today. But, no, definitely, you know, all I'm going to say is let's have a good match, and, you know, we're going to pummel them. So, yeah.
I am looking forward to seeing that, G-Cons. Thank you very much for joining us today. I'm going to send you back to your team. Best of luck today.
Thank you.
Very confident words there from G-Cons. I'm very excited about this match. I 100% agree with G-Cons here. I think it's going to be a great match. But let's hear from you. I have so many issues trying to pronounce this. UAH Charger Blue, Hawk. I'm going to drag in RKO.
English is hard.
English is hard. RKO, how are you doing?
This is the wrong person. That's...
I dragged... yep, that's the wrong person.
There you are.
I dragged RKO this time. I accidentally dragged your best bud there, RKO. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm
We're
doing
good.
just
We're good.
fine, Hawk.
So yeah. So going into this match, we've seen how strongly UNew Haven have performed against Ascent and 413 Riot. So looking at those last couple nights, was there anything you specifically looked at to prepare? Like maybe any players you wanted to look out for, or maybe like any comps you may have noticed from them, or
I mean, obviously the Neo Goats is is hard to miss.
yeah.
I do think their previous games weren't exactly telltale. I feel like they were pretty one-sided because of the skill level of the team. I
Mhm.
think, I definitely don't want to underestimate UNew Haven, but I don't think it'll be too difficult of a game going in, honestly.
So yeah, going off of that, do you think of like UNew Haven in terms of performance or just overall any differently over the play-ins in comparison to the regular season, and why?
I think they're definitely performing better. It seems like they've found a groove, but also it felt like last night Ascent just kind of fell over. You know, they didn't play any
Yeah.
of the Rhine. They didn't really. I didn't see much of the attempt to counter what they were running. So
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how they actually fare against a
Yeah.
team who hopefully will be able to counter it.
Yeah. And last but not least, we gotta ask this one. Is there anything you want to say to UNew Haven before the match today?
May the best horse win.
I like it. I like it. Yeah. Thank you, RKO. We're gonna send you back to your team. Good luck. Have fun. Have a great match today.
Thank you.
That was RKO of UAH Charger Blue. I still struggle pronouncing that, Hawkshaw. Now, guys, thank you for tuning in. We are going to go into a quick intermission. When we return, you won't be hearing me. I have to control the cameras, but you will be hearing 4-on-3 Suspect together with 4-on-3 Hawkshaw. Guys, thank you for tuning in today. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button. We are, let me check real quick, 7 followers away from doing the giveaway here. On top of that, we have, just as normal, just as usual, the 10 sub giveaway. So if you have a Prime, an Amazon Prime left, you can actually use that to sub to us with Twitch Prime. As soon as we hit 10, we're going to do a sub-only giveaway. 4-on-3 swag from a selection of merchandise store items or a Rogue Energy starter kit. Check out with the code 413 Esports to get 10% off, or just, hit that follow button, sub to us, and win one for free.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and really all the support that you give us really means a lot, and it really helps us keep doing what we've been wanting to do, which is giving these matches to you guys. So yeah, helps a lot.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We will be right back.
All right, what is up, everyone? We are back. Yeah, we're gonna be going into map 1 for UAH Charger Blue versus UNew Haven Varsity. We're going into Busan. It's gonna be a fun one. And yeah, I really expect a good match today. I expect to see, you know, maybe some of that Neo Ghost composition from UNew Haven Varsity that we saw last night versus Ascent. You know, it really worked versus Ascent, and I really think UNew Haven Varsity rather, put it really to their full potential. So we're gonna see if they do run it, how it stacks up against UAH Charger Blue. So we're gonna be going on downtown, and I believe this is one of the maps that they did run that composition on. So, so yeah, it's gonna be really exciting, and we'll see our first impressions of these compositions here.
So I'm gonna actually step in here, 4 and 3 Rad here, while we wait for 4 and 3 Suspect to hop on in. In the meantime, what can we see looking at both of these comps here?
So it looks to me that UAH Charger Blue, they're gonna be leaning towards more of that Ryan Diva that we seen pretty much all tournament long. And it looks like once again UNew Haven Varsity is going to that Reaper Echo composition. And again, we'll see how it stacks up. UAH Charger Blue running the McCree with the Torb here, so a lot of high damage, especially if that Torb can get close. The McCree with the stun as well. So this could be a really interesting matchup here.
Yeah, they're being patient, waiting for the engage here. UNew Haven Varsity's been running this Neo Goats for quite a while as we watch the engage here. What?
Oh my god, the boot from RKO finds 2 right off the map. Halen's gonna get demeched, and that's a very decisive first fight in favor of UAH Charger Blue. They're gonna take the first point here. Gumbayum just jumped right in immediately, and from there, or no, yeah, Gumbayum jumped in, but RKO unexpectedly knocked him, and I believe it was G-Cons off the map if I'm not mistaken. So huge plays by UAH Charger Blue very early on in this match.
What a play, deciding to fight that early on. RKO, as you know, being very heavily involved in the organization of the tournament, the 4-1-3 Esports Championship Series, just stepping in and showing everyone how it's done. Varsity, meanwhile, going for a rotation, Hawkshaw.
Yeah, UNew Haven Varsity, they're going around the coastline by the train. That turret is gonna go down. There's the Deadeye. The bubble is there to stop it. And RKO with another boop kill, this time onto G-Cons, asserting his dominance over the enemy Lucio. And this is looking at, again, like a very decisive fight for UAH Charger Blue. Genghis Khan wants to turn it around with the Coalescence, but I think it's too late. It's just him and Rack, and he's gonna go off just to reset. I really think that was a wasted Coalescence there. He didn't really need it, especially when you were down by 3 or 4 there.
Genghis Khan trying to clutch the fight there by using the coal, trying to keep Rack alive, but Emerald actually just using the flashbang there to shut it right down. A very good play by Emerald. You could say that Emerald's been really clutch for UAH Charger Blue lately, Hawkshaw. He's been showing really good plays.
Absolutely. Yeah, Emerald, really a huge part of UAH Charger Blue. Such a valuable player. And there's the Molten Core coming out from Paka. Gumbayum is gonna fall first to that, and picks once again UAH Charger Blue, continuing to completely counter this composition from UNew Haven Varsity. They're up to 83% and no foothold gained whatsoever for UNew Haven Varsity. Yeah, they have gotten a couple picks here and there, but it just really hasn't been enough, and there's 10 seconds left. Still 3 ultimates left on the side of UAH Charger Blue, so this is looking really rough for UNew Haven Varsity here with 96% on. They are going to be able to get that touch in as the Shatter comes down. I don't think it'll find anything. And Ice Monta once again with an opening pick there. There's the self-destruct coming out from Halen. All it's going to get is that Immortality Field, but Rack will find that going to Paka, trying to equalize, and he's going to use that Death Blossom to give his team that advantage, and it looks like UNew Haven Varsity is going to finally get a foothold here and take point control.
What a fight there, starting with a bomb that actually was shut down very well by Goomba by placing the monkey bubble right where the bomb was. But the bubble got destroyed and Goomba lost his life there. Great fight here by Varsity though to bring that back.
Yeah, the Megalodon, he's gonna have that copy. Emerald initiates with that Deadeye to zone them right out. He fires it, not gonna find anything though. Sound barriers traded from both teams as that copy, the Megalodon, he has that self-destruct. He's gonna send it in. It's gonna stay on the point rather. And it's somehow gonna find RKO. MJ Reyes will go down as well. Emerald is trying to even it out for his team, but Emerald is gonna go straight off the side of the map. And another one fight for UNew and Varsity. So maybe they were just warming up those first few fights, and maybe they found their groove here.
What a stagger there on Iced Manta.
Yeah.
Varsity taking very good advantage of the Baby Diva being out of position there, and nowhere close to the train. That's another solid 10 seconds almost that you actually have to wait before you can re-engage in that fight, Hawkshaw. But Charger Blue is getting ready to engage again. They have probably 2 more fights here.
Yeah, 62% now for UNew and Varsity on the board, and they have the Coalescence to engage in, but there's that amplification matrix from Hanoi to zone them right out. Rack is gonna go in with that Death Blossom, I should say. He's gonna find the BAP, and the Megalodon is gonna help clean Riot up, and looking like another pretty one-sided fight for UNew and Varsity. They're really making a good comeback here, up to 82%.
I like how Charger Blue is trying to copy some of that. What team was it that ran the Neo Goats into Dallas Fuel and they just ran the Torb to try and deal with it?
I think it was Gladiators who ran like the Torb on Hollywood, and they full held Dallas Fuel on that one. There's the self-destruct. Gonna catch the Megalodon, and no one's gonna be able to touch. UNew Varsity is gonna take the first map. They had picks going into that, so it's unfortunate they weren't able to touch there.
Double boop by RKO there. Unfortunately, it was slightly too late.
Yeah.
They would have potentially been able to bring that back around, but unfortunately no one was on the point, and they were unable to push that point into overtime, even though they were up. So that's unlucky, as you would say.
Very unfortunate. Looks to me like UNew and Varsity, assuming they stick with this composition, they're gonna be going more towards like the classic brawl as opposed to that Neo Ghost composition. They're going to the May Reaper with the Rhine Diva with the Baptiste here. Mirror match on mirror between both sides, with the exception of Emerald on the McCree and Rack on the Reaper. So a lot more range on the side of UAH Charger Blue, as well as that stun to really halt the momentum. If UNew and Varsity have played correctly. That Immortality Field is going to be forced out early from them though, and a lot of their members are getting really low. Gumbayum on like 50 HP, no Immortality Fields left for both sides as Gumbayum is going to get demeched. Halen so low and his shield is right about to break, and there it goes. MJ Reyes taking full advantage, and UAH Charger Blue, they're going to push right on in. They're going to take point presence and just roll right over UNew and Varsity. Hanoi already has that amplification matrix online, and G-Cons is going to go down. It's kind of only a matter of time here before the rest of UNew and Varsity goes down. So yeah, a very good one fight by UAH Charger Blue. Really a good start for them. So they need to really just be careful that history doesn't repeat itself like we saw on the last stage where they got up to 99, but UNew and Varsity just got 100 right back at them.
That last fight, there was such rapid tempo swapping with Chargers Blue whiffing their ice wall, and then Varsity getting
Shadow's gonna find 3. Yeah, that Earth Shadow's gonna find 3 from MJ Reyes, but he's gonna end up going down to it. There was really no follow-up. I think everyone was out of the line of sight of the downed members. That Blizzard from Paka is really gonna halt the momentum of UNew and Varsity though. And that's looking like another one fight for UAH Charger Blue. And yeah, they're up to halfway to this capture percentage. Genghis Khan has that amplification matrix. G-Cons and RKO both have their sound barriers. The Megalodon though, hopefully for UNew Haven that he can really get a response here. UNew Haven, they're gonna go under and set up that matrix right there, and they're gonna flip the point here. No one was able to touch in time really, and really, I think UNew Haven Varsity, they just have the positional advantage overall. Sound barriers are going to come out from both sides here. Halen is going to get the better of MJ Reyes, though he has that Shadow online as well. The Megalodon just going to use that Blizzard for good measure, and Paka is going to be the last to go down. Ice Manta and Emerald, they're just going to go reset as as UNew Haven Varsity, they finally taken control of this point here. They have both those tank ults online as well as that Death Blossom. So yeah, ult economy in their advantage, and they're looking really good going into these next couple fights, provided they use their ultimates early and aggressively, which is exactly what you need in this brawl versus brawl matchup. There goes the self-destruct as well as the Earth Shatter. Not really gonna find all that much though. The Matrix is out from Hanoi. Our Rack still has this Death Blossom. Still probably looking to use it. There's the Deadeye from Emerald, but there's no shield provided for him. But that Deadeye gonna really hurt that shield of Halen. And Genghis Khan gonna set up that Matrix right back at the faces of UAH Charger Blue, and they're gonna follow up and get the kills that they need. So this is looking really good as they're about to take over this percentage lead.
I am so impressed with the discipline on the side of Varsity. Not just throwing their ults into there, and just really controlled at a very controlled pace, rolling those ultimates into Charger Blue, as Charger Blue goes below to try and yoink the point right back here, Hawk.
Yeah, MJ Reyes is gonna get frozen up, but that Matrix from Ice Manta really gonna keep him alive. There's the Blizzard coming out from Paka. Gumbayam wasn't looking at him. Genghis Khan is gonna go down, as well as Halen. Picks are coming through in favor of UAH Charger Blue. Rack gonna try to equalize with that Death Blossom, but he's gonna go down. He didn't really find anything with it. And 67% now for UAH Charger Blue. UNew Haven Varsity did get up to 86% though, so it looks like if they do cap, they'll have to get through one more fight here. But this is looking like final fight territory here for UAH Charger Blue, and hopefully for them they can equalize this map and make it 1-1 here. We'll see how it goes here as both Ryans charging in here. There's the Immortality Field out. Ice Manta with the self-destruct, not gonna really get all that much, but it will break Halen's shield. There's the Blizzard as well from the Megalodon. It looks like they might be able to retake the point. Genghis Khan finding a couple picks as well, as the rest of UNew Haven Varsity just circling over Paka. He's gonna wall himself off, but he's not gonna really be surviving for that much longer. As UNew Haven Varsity, they do take the point. One more fight here, but it might be kind of scuffed for UAH Charger Blue to get onto the point. Emerald is gonna go to the Tracer, with Hanoi dying really late as well. That's really bad. RKO has that sound barrier though. MJ Reyes has that shatter, so maybe they could turn it around. But MJ Reyes, he goes down, he dies with the shatter. That's really bad now for UAH Charger Blue. RKO is gonna use that sound barrier. He gets himself an Emerald, but Ice Manta is gonna get DNAC. There's that self-destruct from Gumbayum. It's gonna find RKO, and this is looking so good now for UNew Haven Varsity. I don't know if that Blizzard from Paka is really gonna do all that much. Emerald gonna go down as well to the shotguns of Rack. MJ Reyes down once again before he can even get back to the point, and that is map 1 going to UNew Haven Varsity.
Wow, what a game, Hawkshaw. That is insane. UNew Haven Varsity came out, guns swinging. What a round. It's like UAH Charger Blue is not entirely sure how to deal with this.
Yeah, like yeah, that's absolutely massive. Like, yeah, despite UNew Haven winning that, I have to give credit to RKO for that. For those boot plays, you love to see it from really any Lucio player. So yeah, that's the first map going the way of UNew Haven Varsity, when it looked like at the beginning UAH Charger Blue had the advantage, but it sort of slipped out of their hands and Varsity was able to take it right back and get those first 2 maps in their favor. So now they're up 1-0 in this series, and it'll be up to Charger Blue to see what they can come out, what they're gonna come out with, and if they're gonna be able to even out this series here.
Absolutely. This is. I'm still kind of perplexed at how clean of a match that was for UNew Haven Varsity, and it's a completely different team from a couple of weeks ago. And really, all that's happened to Varsity is they've had two swaps. Basically, they now have Rek, who previously was known as the Hen, I think, and Gumbayum, who's a brand new addition to the team, an excellent off-tank player, I have to say. And basically from the moment Gumbayum joined the team, he was popping off, eating everything as Diva.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very impressive how Varsity has turned that around.
Yeah, absolutely. Great statement coming out from UNew Haven Varsity. We're gonna see if UAH Charger Blue will be able to even this series out. We're gonna go into a very short intermission. As we go into Blizzard World is gonna be the second map of this series. map pick from UAH Charger Blue. So yeah, we're gonna go into a very short intermission. We will be right
Guys,
back.
don't forget, hit that follow button if you have not already. We are only a couple of follows away from hitting that 500 follower mark and that free Rogue Energy giveaway. So make sure you hit that follow button if you're here. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Hope you enjoy your stay. We are in the playoffs. The team that loses will be out, and the team that wins moves up to the next opponent, which will be 413 Catalyst. Guys, thank you very much for joining. Hit that follow button if you haven't already, and if you have that extra Twitch Prime, please consider shooting that our way. We really, really appreciate it, and it really helps the broadcast team out a lot. So thank you very much. We will be right back.
All right, everyone, welcome back to this match, UAH Charger Blue versus UNew Haven Varsity. UNew Haven Varsity really made a good statement, taking that first map. Yeah, so it's a 1-0 lead for them. UAH Charger Blue gonna pick Blizzard World. It's a map pick they've had quite frequently over the course of the season, and usually on this map they've run like this sort of Rhine Orisa composition, so like that double main tank, and that was really the composition that got the better of 4-3 Havoc when UAH Charger Blue took that win over them. So we'll see how UNew Haven Varsity will be able to respond to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I am now jumping into the stage. It is 413 down the barrel here, trying to get you guys some of the best Overwatch content that we most definitely can do. And talking about this Blizzard World pick, most definitely that double main tank really is a great way to hold this aggression from these teams that like to run these dive compositions, because whenever you're running just a linear brawl, you need something that can cover a lot of different angles. So we also see a lot of Ryan Sigma in that sort of situation, but the Orisa Rhine, with just the sheer HP and the sustainability, it can really be something hard for those low HP dive tank, or rather the low damage dive tanks, to really burst through, and it just becomes something that that the dive team does not want to stay in, and that's exactly what we're going to see coming out from Charger Blue. Is we're going to see MJ Reyes on that Reinhardt, Ice Manta on that Orisa, and then the Mei Hanzo. Now, it's kind of like this variation on the Brawl. So you're sacrificing that off tank mobility for a little bit of more sustainability. And if you take a look at the Ice Manta's position right now, it's taking off that high ground, just getting probably some scouting information as well, but really just pivoting. You can pivot that Orisa shield as well as that Rhine shield in tandem, and basically make it really hard for the opposing team to really make any sort of statement.
Yeah, like you said, not as much mobility with this double main tank setup here. Paka is gonna be on the Hanzo for a lot of that shield break and really just the overall spam damage, which can really be good for UAH Charger Blue, provided they play it correctly. Looks like they come from two different angles though, UNew and Varsity, and they both go down because of it. They weren't really all that compact like you would see from this Mei McCree composition. But Haywin and Gumbayum, they want to try and even it out, but it looks like they're not going to, as that was a pretty quick fight, I should say, and in UAH Charger Blue's favor.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're taking a look at New Haven's Reinhardt's ultimate, Halen has 56% to his shatter, which really can make a big push if the speed is able to break through both of these shields. But other than that, yeah, it was a pretty dry fight. Both walls do come out, and it will be just an all-out brawl here. A good fire strike coming out from MJ Reyes, forcing Halen in order to back out. The immortality does come out. The immortality does not get admitted by Hanoi, but the window will force New Haven Varsity to take a new angle of approach.
Yeah, Paka is going to find a couple picks with the help of that amplification matrix, so really looking great for UAH Charger Blue here as, you know, UNew Varsity, they really just want to go with that approach of just walk into them, but it's really not working out for them. There's just so much sustain and so much survivability from this composition of UAH Charger Blue, and now they have 4 ultimates online, both those DPS ultimates and both those tank ultimates. That supercharger can be really efficient in really just amplifying your team's damage, and maybe you can even go for something cheeky and combine and combo the pull with the Dragon Strike. Maybe we'll see that. I would really like to see that, honestly.
Absolutely, and just seeing the fight that's about to unfold here, Charger Blue cannot blow all these ultimates at once. The window does come out with a beautiful wall from Emerald to block out most of the damage, if anything. The dragon comes out from Paka, and that's one of the 4 ultimates down. It looks like it didn't get that much value, so they're going to be forced to pop another one.
Yeah, and there's the shatter coming out from MJ Reyes, and it's going to hit 5 players. That immortality field is out. RKO using that beat. They really want to win this fight. Gumbayum gonna use that. The remake kill is gonna find 2 for Gumbayum. Both DPS are down. MJ Reyes, the last one to fall. Or Ice Manta, I should say. Both those tanks, the last ones to fall. Oh my god, the remake kill finding 2. Great ability, by the way.
Blizzard, you're balancing. It's absolutely impeccable. I mean, no, it's actually, as much as it is memey, it is a very volatile ability. That, I mean, a 150 HP D.Va with no either maneuverability and or sustainability abilities in that situation, except for pressing Q and hopefully, you know, dropping on some people. I mean, it's. Oh, we can talk about Blizzard balancing a little later. It looks like UNew Haven is looking to push this, but the window comes out just in time to give a little bit more damage to force them off these stairs. But Varsity is just pushing straight through it. Another great shatter from MJ Reyes.
Yeah, it's gonna hit rack this time, but there's no follow-up. It does force out the immortality field. Gumbayum is gonna get demeched as well. Picks are gonna go both ways right now, as Gumbayum is just gonna push that cart. He's really just pushing this cart for free now, as UNew Haven Varsity is trying to walk in, but Emerald is just being such a nuisance with that ice block right in front of them, and that Dragon Strike gonna catch out Rack and Genghis Khan. So this is looking good for UAH Charger Blue now, as Haywin is going to go down now. Paka really putting on a show here, as Hanoi going to get his fair share and kill off the Megalodon and G-Cons. So, yeah, maybe this is where UAH Charger Blue, now they're probably going to get this good hold here. They have this high ground control, which is really good. Ice Manta now is going to has been off the Orisa now onto the D.Va, so a lot of maneuverability and mobility on this D.Va pick. Oh, but the Blizzard is gonna get eaten. Emerald's Blizzard, gone. Gumbayama is gonna eat it right up. We saw this on King's Row, where he ate like 4 ultimates in the game versus Riot. And that Shadow's gonna come down from Halen, gonna find a couple. Rack is gonna finally finish off Emerald. But picks are still going both ways here. That Immortality Field is gonna go down, but the Shadow from MJ Race is gonna find 3. RKO with the beat just to allow them to go aggressively. Rack gonna use that Deadeye, that Matrix from Gumbayam, really gonna help him stay alive, but not much longer as he goes down. Gumbayam gonna get staggered out here. This is rough. He's gonna go down. And to reset and try again now for UNew Haven Varsity.
That's still a minute 20 in favor of New Haven Varsity, and they do have their window as well as the Blizzard online here from the Megalodon. I've seen the Megalodon do some crazy things with these Blizzards, and I don't think that this time is going to be any exception. But I know Ice Manta absolutely got the appetite of a large animal and will just love to eat anything that the Megalodon tries to throw at his team.
Yeah, the Megalodon really has been really good on this DPS world, but Gumbayam, he's gonna end up going down as that Matrix is gonna come out from Genghis Khan, and Baka will take off the head of Genghis Khan. So really not any healing on the side of UNew Haven Varsity anymore. And Gumbayam with another remake kill onto RKO, he's gonna go down. But I don't think it's gonna matter. He's gonna come back fast, and picks are still coming through for UAH Charger Blue. Only a little under 30 seconds left here. UAH Charger Blue, they do have ultimates to be working with, but they really need to be using them here. There's the Blizzard still online for the Megalodon, so this could go either way, really.
It looks like New Haven's going straight for the cart, making that aggressive push, but the window just getting the biggest... Oh no, the bomb.
It's gonna find G-Cons. Yeah, huge Blizzard, or huge bomb, I should say, as the Shadow's gonna come out from Halen. So yeah, they're trying to equalize this fight. Paka will kill off Halen, so it's a scrappy fight at that. And Hanoi gonna assert his dominance in that Baptiste matchup over Genghis Khan. But Paka is gonna end up going down as well, and there's still members on the cart for UNew Haven Varsity. G-Cons will have that sound barrier if needed.
Gumbayam taking that Ice Manta Diva duel with the bomb does come out. Oh no, Reyes, keep up your shield, man. Oh no. Alright, so it looks like New Haven, if they avoid that dragon, will be able to take this card here. Halen is back on that Reinhardt, able to succeed in taking that second point, and we will be going into third point of Blizzard World, UNew Haven Varsity on the offensive.
Yeah, kind of a questionable Dragon Strike unless Paka is switching off of the Hanzo. Now he's gonna stay on the Hanzo, so yeah, pretty questionable Dragon Strike when you were already down for you. Sure, you have that spawn advantage, but it was so close already for UNew Haven Varsity. And we're just gonna go back onto that Mei as Gumbayam will get right back in that Diva mech. That wall from the Megalodon gonna sort of stop that Matrix and will allow UNew Haven Varsity to push right through it as the Ice Wall is out from Emerald, and Ice Manta gonna take advantage of it. Halen will go down. MJ Reyes charging right out of that Blizzard from the Megalodon, who does go down right after. And another reset for UNew Haven Varsity. This is final fight territory here with 33 seconds left on the clock. Rack is gonna have this pulse bomb here, but I think it's gonna be a little bit rough to try and get a pick here. Especially with Genghis Khan, as long as like that Immortality Field stays alive for him. So I think the right play here is you need to force out that Immortality Field, then maybe look for a pick for him on that Pulse Bomb. But RKO is going to send the Megalodon right off the edge of the map. The Immortality Field from Hanoi going to keep the rest of his team alive as UNew Haven Varsity, they're just trying to push this card in. Ultimates coming out from both sides. And Halen with the Shatter gonna find MJ Reyes back in the spawn room. Ice Manta is back in that Diva mech. And there's the Dragon Strike from Paka. Picks are coming through now for UAH Charger Blue. But Rek, he's trying to even it back out for his team. But Hanoi just popping off so much here. The Megalodon is back on the Doomfist, and Gumbayam is going to use that self-destruct. Hanoi with another final blow onto the Megalodon. And the Blizzard is finally out now from Emerald. It's Gumbayam just stuck in that Blizzard. Not much he can do. On this cart, he's gonna get demeched as Halen will follow suit. He will go down as well. G-Con's using the sound barrier, just trying to keep his team desperately alive here. But The Shatter is gonna find both those supports right on the ground, and it's looking like this is the end of UNew Haven Varsity's push.
And that will be it. That'll be all she wrote in regards to the University of New Haven and their push. That was absolutely insane. Hanoi coming in absolutely clutch for Charger Blue. The amount of times I saw him in the kill feed, absolutely insane.
Bap is a DPS.
Bap is a DPS. More damage than Soldier. Changed my mind. But no, it's just the utility that a true good Baptiste player can bring to their team, as well as the ability to rotate the healing and damage. It's just an overall great hero, and of course there's definitely reasons why they're being played. Hanoi challenging a Doomfist at the end there. Now, granted, they were kind of like, stuck to the card, but still challenging a Doomfist as a Baptiste.
Yeah.
But anyways, going on to the defense, UNew Haven Varsity will not be opting for the double shield as we've seen previously, not from them specifically, but from Charger Blue, and they will be opting for a Ashe instead of a McCree in this traditional brawl setup, probably aiming to get a little bit of advantage from the multiple high grounds that there are on this first point, and the dynamite, of course, is just absolutely massive damage.
Yeah, for sure. The Dynamite, such a good ability and a lot more long range than the McCree, I guess you could say. So with the sightlines like this, the Ashe could be a good pick here, provided the enemy team doesn't really get close to you. All you have is that coach gun, but they could just speed right onto you, and all of a sudden you're dead, and that's one DPS down. So it'll be up to. Oh.
Little does Varsity know that Emerald is walking up main and trying to get
no,
the biggest flank of their life.
Oh no, there he is.
The first shot.
Yep, he's taking shots in now. As the brawl breaks out, near the back of the point, by the mini, and Paka's the first one to fall as Rack is gonna take his head straight off. There's that shot from Emerald that UAH Charger Blue was looking for, and now there's no supports on the side of UNew Haven Varsity here.
It's an absolute slugfest. Hanoi gonna be dropping that immortality just to try to sustain, but it looks like the sustainability coming out from New Haven Varsity was just not enough. A lot of utility getting pumped into MJ Reyes, which rightfully so, just being able to brawl it out, as the comp does suggest, just taking it straight to the face and being really on the aggression. Charger Blue, always the tempo team, making those plays in order to keep their aggression as well as their passivity in line in order to make the most of the plays. But it looks like Ice Manta will get charged, frozen, and walled off and demaxed, but not necessarily a kill.
Yeah, he's not gonna go down quite yet, but that Blizzard is gonna really isolate him, so he'll definitely go down for that. Emerald and MJ Reyes also getting their one-way ticket right back to the spawn room, and the Megalodon's Blizzard was the only ultimate they had to use there. They're gonna have that Diva Bomb at 98%. They have the Shatter, and they have the Amplification Matrix. So yeah, pretty good hold there from UNew Haven Varsity, and this is their chance to stabilize here.
For sure, the Amplification Matrix does come out from Hanoi.
Oh my
no
god.
Yet.
Yeah, Hanoi gonna find two before he goes down, but picks are still going the way of UAH Charger Blue. Paka's gonna copy that Diva. So two Divas on the field now as Gumby will go off the map, and Genghis Khan going down as well. So that stabilization period for UNew Haven Varsity that they wanted to convert into a really solid defense, not really going to be there for them, unfortunately. They just couldn't use those ultimates. Paka just came in with that copy, and Hanoi came in with that Matrix as well. Just overwhelming damage going into Halen and the rest of the team. It's just absolutely devastating here, and now UNew Haven Varsity, they're gonna try and meet UAH on the high ground here, as that self-destruct will come out from Ice Manta, but it's on the high ground, but it's gonna get blocked, and that Shatter from MJ Reyes gonna find 3 on the ground, and those down members of UNew Haven Varsity are gonna go right down. Paka cleaning up on the Echo, and yeah, UAH Charger Blue, they're just gonna continue to roll this cart through.
You know, the positioning of the tanks versus the rest of the support line for Charger Blue is actually kind of interesting. The supports are playing, on card, but both supports are playing on card, and it looks like the aggression just does not stop coming out from the MJ Reyes and the rest of Charger Blue, but they are going to get punished hard for that aggression. Not having a Baptiste to bail them out with any immortality matrix, that was that was a hard reset if I've ever seen one. But back to what I was saying, just the positioning coming out from these members allowed them to really just take advantage of that high ground and then fall down if needed. Gravity is free, as they say.
Yeah, and that setup from Emerald gonna zone UNew Varsity into this small room, but that allows G-Cons to get that sound barrier down, and a big shatter from Halen gonna find, what was it, 4 or 5 on the ground? That immortality field is not gonna save you from that, as 3 members go down on the side of UAH Charger Blue, and another good hold here from UNew Varsity. So this is really where they need to lock down this last point here. It's just that one last corner and it's done, and the map is done here. And you still have 3.5 minutes left. Look at this, UAH Charger Blue, they're just gonna aggress right back in. That ice ball gonna come out, but it's not really a good one. They could just walk right around it, and they have the ultimates here. There's the sound barrier or the matrix from Hanoi, but he's gonna go down. Rack engaging with that death blossom, and the rest of UNew Varsity gonna aggress, but that self-destruct from Ice Manta is gonna take out Genghis Khan. Kind of a wasted copy maybe from Paka if UAH doesn't get enough picks, but the spawn is close here for them, so this is looking good for them.
Yeah, the spawns are just absolutely too powerful in this sort of situation. MJ Reyes and Hanoi, again, we keep bringing up this beautiful Baptiste play. Oh, the bomb coming out, they will be able to dodge it. Oh, the remake!
Kill again.
RKO trying to go a little too
RKO, you gotta stop tied to these remakes, bro.
Yeah, it's this is an RKO VOD review. Don't die to remake kills. Okay, next.
Yep.
Looks like Gabayum is gonna go for the mech reset, but in the time that it's gonna take them to come back, they might just be a 5v6 for Varsity. If no, because Emerald will go down to Rack.
Yeah, that was a late pick from Rack there, and it's really gonna halt UAH Charger Blue, at least for the time being. They managed to get themselves together in those last moments and really stabilize at the point where they really needed to. Deadeye and Sound Barrier online for UAH Charger Blue. The Megalodon has that Blizzard though. Halen gonna use that Shatter, gonna find both DPS and Ice Manta, but RKO will respond with the Sound Barrier, and they're gonna find the picks here, so this is looking really good for them. But Emerald, he's gonna freeze right up, and picks going both ways now. Paka killing off the Megalodon, but still looking long for UNew Varsity as they just clean up the rest of Charger Blue.
Yeah, ultimately, whenever you have a D.Va in your face eating all of your damage, I mean, it's going to be really hard to win that fight, especially with D.Va's HP pool as well. So that was an interesting choice by Charger Blue to continue to go in this direction, but the Sigma swap will come out from Ice Manta, and Rack setting up for a flank drop onto Charger Blue. MJ Reyes exchanging swings with Halen.
Yeah, Rack will go back to his team now. Emerald is the one isolated, if anything. Hopefully someone on UNew Varsity will be able to spot that out. Paka will go in with that Dragon Strike. Ultimate's coming out from both sides now. G-Cons with that Sound Barrier. MJ Reyes is the first pick, and looks like once again, UAH Charger Blue just can't get a foothold on this third point here. They've been finding picks here, so like they've been having like these good starts, but like they just haven't been converting them into the one fight win that they need. They've been held at this one corner for 3 minutes now, maybe 4.
Well, they keep trying to take interesting fights that they just don't need to bend. They're going over to the pharmacy in a last ditch effort, just trying to get some raw value out of their heroes, which I personally think is a mistake. I think the potential from Hanzo was just too good, but the High Noon coming out from Emerald will hopefully break at least the shield from Halen. Rack getting stunned out, but not until finding Paka. The res does come out onto Paka from the Mercy. The blows are just...
though. It's gonna freeze Ice Manta. He can't use his flux, and no one's able to touch! Oh my god, no one was able to touch that Blizzard. Ice Manta, I think, could have gotten the touch there. He was using the flux, but he got frozen before he could really get anything done with it. And no one else on the side of Charger Blue was able to touch that point. And they get held there at that corner. That is heartbreaking for them.
This was a wonderful dragon from Paka. I was trying to say this, but absolutely, that's the kind of tempo dragon strikes that you want to see from your Hanzo player. But in the end, it wasn't enough to secure this map victory. Okay, but in the meantime, we're gonna give these teams a little bit of time to rest. I believe it is time for a 3-minute intermission. Could be wrong.
Yeah, maybe a bit shorter. Bit short on time. But yeah, we're gonna go into a short intermission. We'll see on the other side of that. Make sure to follow, and if you really want to, drop a sub. All the support really helps us out immensely. Again, helps us do what we've always wanted to do for you guys. And yeah, thank you. Once again, we will see you on the other side of this intermission. All right, welcome back, everyone. We're going into map number 3. One moment, real quick. Yeah, we're gonna be going into Havana. UNew Varsity is up 2-0 right now after a really close Blizzard World, but they managed to hold it on that second point for over 3.5 minutes. So you have to be thinking that UNew Varsity has to be having tons of momentum going into this next map. And I think Charger Blue, that's a little bit of a mental break for them, considering they had all that time to just to round that final quarter on the third point, but unfortunately for them, they just couldn't do it. And now it's their map pick once again here. They're down 2-0, and they're going to be picking Havana. So what do you think we're going to be seeing out of these two teams here?
Yeah, so whenever you take a look at Havana, it's always kind of the oddball whenever it comes to the escort category. It's just whenever you play Havana, you're either in for a really drawn out kind of defense, or you're in for a just straight aggression of a defense. So we see a lot of teams opt for the brawl defense that starts at the
Yeah.
spawn door, and there's a lot of merit to that. You get a lot of old charge, and if you're able to successfully win the fight, that's a lot of time that you take down from the timer. However, we also do see the double shield coming out from Marissa Sig. We were able to abuse the high grounds and make use of a lot of different angles. But from these two teams, I could definitely see a Reinhardt in the future of some variety. So we will have to see what both of these teams decide to pull out. Charger Blue starting out on the defense, and we will see what they decide.
Yeah, again, yeah, I think we've seen before from them, from Charger Blue, that brawl defense with the close hold. Yeah, usually you do it with like I see it with like a McCree May, or maybe a Reaper May, or something of the sort. Sometimes I see it with like a Pharah, which is like kind of interesting, or maybe on the attacking side, someone will play a Pharah to really just break that spawn hold and catch the defending team by surprise. But it looks like we're not going to be seeing that spawn hold here. It's going to be the double shield setup with the BAP and the Brig, double sniper on the side of UAH Charger Blue. So a different look from them than what, as opposed to what we've been seeing all match long. So maybe this could be, yeah, this could be good for them. What do you think?
I'm interested to see why they opted for the brig in this sort of situation.
Yeah.
Because in this scenario, yes, it might be good to in order to pocket one of your snipers. Maybe focus on Emerald and let him get a lot of value on this high ground. Just deny uh, any sort of aggression from
Oh
either
man.
a monkey, which the New Haven Varsity has opted for. It looks like Gcons is just going to play cart duty while the rest of his team is going to be setting up for an aggressive dive onto this high ground. But little do they know that the brig is in wait.
Yep, it's the Neo Ghost comp once again on the side of UNew Haven. On Nirvana this time, which was kind of not what I expected, but it could definitely work here. Now UAH Charger Blue, they're all clumped up in this tight corner, but Emerald will go to that high ground to try and get some shots in. As UNew Haven Varsity, they've spotted him out, and Emerald is gonna go down. MJ Reyes though will take that speed utility away from the side of UNew Haven Varsity, but I don't think it's gonna matter for them. They're still finding these picks.
What you want to do in these sorts of situations, whenever you're playing this double shield, is you need to have enough sustainability in order to basically hold as many angles as you can. Bait them in to a situation where they overcommit for their dive. Make them get no space for free, especially with Gcons. As soon as they knew that Gcons was on the cart, I think that just because they're playing double shield, they should have aggressed onto him a little bit more.
Yep, there's the coalescence from Genghis Khan, and looks like they're just gonna be able to push the cart right in. Not really any sort of contest apart from Ice Manta, but he has 3 people right on him, and he's gonna get beamed down. And pretty good first point for UNew Haven Varsity. Not a great start though for UAH Charger Blue. They're gonna make these composition changes. Pocket will move over to the Torbjorn, and MJ Reyes will move over to the Rhine to take that more head-on brawl here. Paka as well, looking to sort of try and stop that the dive from coming in from Gumbayam and Halen, and really just the rest of the team. So what do you think of this? What do you think of these switches?
I think on this particular point, Torbjorn could be good for this flank maneuver, but I mean, the monkey's just going to be able to drop his bubble and jump right onto Paka. I mean, yes, the armor is going to make it a little bit difficult, but I don't think that the Tor will get as much value as they're anticipating. The turret is just too easily counterable with the DPS that Varsity has. But it is their decision, and I want to see how they play it out.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about. Ice Manta has to invest a huge part of his shield just to keep it alive, but that turret's not going to stay alive for that much longer at all, as the self-destruct is going to come in from Halen. But Paka will find Gumbayam catching him right out as the Megalodon, copying the Reinhardt, pins Ice Manta into the backline. But that Immortality Field will keep him alive just for a little bit longer. He'll get shattered though. MJ Reyes blocking it from the rest of his team, so really good by him. As the Megalodon, he's not going to find any that pick that he wanted onto Ice Manta that he otherwise would have gotten. Maybe if it weren't for that Immortality Field or something. Yeah, that's really rough for UNew Haven Varsity now, but they're going to go in with this Coalescence and the Death Blossom. They find Emerald, they cash him out, as ultimates are going to come out. On the side of UAH Charger Blue, Paka's going to commit that Molten Core, but I don't really think it was really... Like, I don't really think he had to use it there. Like, you were already down like 4 or 5 members there. So, yeah, this is looking really rough for UAH Charger Blue once again. UNew Haven Varsity just keeps rolling through with this with this Neo Ghost comp, sorry.
I like Gumbayum's aggression here, but at the same time, yeah, please don't die for it. There you go, just barely getting out with a sliver of health, probably about 50 HP left, 1 McCree shot away from death. It's just the compositions that they have here, the window coming out, but just to give them some space, but the compositions that they have here, ooh, good kill. The compositions coming up from both teams are just odd and strange. It's impossible to get a foothold as Charger Blue whenever it's just constantly being pushed back. by Varsity. Like, their comp is, once they get the tempo and the aggression, the Reaper can keep TPing, the Echo can continue to you shatter, but
Not gonna find all that much.
not gonna find all that much.
Yeah. Gumbayam and Megalodon do go down though, so this is good for UAH Charger Blue to really buy some time off the clock with this close hold. I would have liked to see this back on first point, really to just run down that time bank. You're really not looking to win like 3 or 4 fights in a row with the spawn hold, but it's just to waste out that time, and it's really good with that, and that's sort of what they're doing here. The Megalodon gonna copy the Brig. Hopefully he can build up that rally. He won't be able to though, as that sound barrier from G-Cons is gonna keep UNew Haven Varsity in the fight. Gumbayam will have this promo range online just in case. He's gonna kill off MJ Reyes, and they're gonna finally push the cart and break this spawn hold on third point here.
You know, and if you notice, Paka being able to find the Echo kill, yes, but just the potential for the kit of Torbjorn in that close hold, there could have been so many better picks.
Yeah.
Probably a Reaper, probably a Kree, if there wasn't already one. Like Emerald switching over to the Widow now in a desperate attempt to try to get some last picks. Will find one through the window. Great shot by Emerald on G-Cons. Yeah, if you're Varsity, you definitely want to consider a regroup here. And interesting pathing coming out from Genghis Khan. Might actually get caught out by the rest of this team. Oh, and Hanoi taking the 1v1. Absolutely no fear, and Hanoi will get the frag. That man is insane.
This person is awesome. Freaking incredible on the map so far this match. And this Widow pick from Emerald, I do like it. If he could just keep his distance like he's doing right now and like he did in that last fight, he can really find these picks and really throw off UNew Haven Varsity. Only a minute left for them here. Pocket does go down though. He gets rushed down as that rally's going to come out from RKO to just keep the rest of UAH in the fight. But look at this just aggression from UNew Haven Varsity. Gumbayam will go into the back and use that Primal Rage for that displacement. RKO away from the rest of the team in no man's land, as the bomb is not really gonna find anything, but Ice Montas does, kills off G-Con, but he will be able to get back fast though, as picks are just going left and right. And Hanoi eventually gonna get the better of them.
You know, the comfort picks coming out from both teams are really starting to shape the map into what it should be. Like, third point is very unforgiving for the attacking side, and you need to pull all the stops in order, as the defense, in order to stop an aggression like this. They cannot get past this gate, otherwise Varsity just has all the high grounds to play with.
Yep, 10 seconds left here as that self-destruct from the Megalodon on the Echo copy is going to come out. It's not going to find anything though. And now it's Rack's turn to pop off. He finds 3. Emerald though wants to equalize. He finds 2 headshots, but G-Cons is going to prevent that from happening as Emerald himself will go down. No more Widow left to take off anyone's heads as MJ Reyes trying to get this touch on the point now. And now fast heroes are coming out now on the side of UAH Charger Blue, really causing a lot of chaos here over UNew Haven Varsity. RKO does find a pick here, and so does Ice Manta, so it might be winnable for them with the spawn advantage in their favor here. But RKO, he's going to commit this rally, so this could be really good for them. And Halen going to commit that self-destruct. It does catch out Paka, as the Megalodon will go onto the Doomfist. Maybe he can get back quickly enough. Ice Monster with the self-destruct won't find anything. Neither will the remech, but it will bring Halen and Gumbayam down to 1 HP as Halen gets demeched and Gumbayam will go down. Looks like UAH Charger Blue will be able to finally hold this point right before the end here.
That would be absolutely fantastic. Oh, but Rack.
Oh my God!
Rack
Another
coming
death
in
blossom.
with another huge death blossom. But Emerald getting the
Halen is the
stick
last
onto
one left,
Rack.
bro. Halen's the last one left on the point. He does get demacked. I don't think anyone else will be able to touch in time. Oh my God, such an insane effort by UNew Haven Varsity. But now they've finally been held. They're not able to cap that third point, unfortunately for them. But oh my God, what a stall to eventually convert those picks into that fight win that UAH Charger Blue really needed. And we know how hard it is to full cap on Havana. So if you're UNew Haven Varsity, I think you gotta be happy with that. You know, you're not really too upset about that, especially given how rough third point can be.
Absolutely, and I have no doubts that New Haven is going to really bring it on this first hold defense. There's just I believe that they're going straight for the brawl defense. Yeah, this is
Yep.
going to be the biggest close hold of their lives, and I think UAH Charger Blue does anticipate this with the Bastion pick. I really don't think it's a casting troll. I do believe that they're going to use it to try to get some sheer damage just out of the spawn door and get out as soon as they can. Um, it's gonna be a little tight, and it's gonna be rough on both teams. But that's what we like to see. We like to see good quality Overwatch, getting the best players where they need to be.
Yeah, we've seen the Bastion pick on the to break spawn holds a few times. I remember Icy on 4-3 Riot, I believe a few games ago tried it. He took like a different angle with the Bastion, which really threw off the opposing team, and they broke the spawn hold like pretty much immediately, if I remember correctly. But we'll see how it goes this time. RKO is going to be playing the brig here, Emerald, all the way on the other side, trying to find a pick here. As the brawl breaks out on the other side by the gas station here, as MJ Reyes will get the better of Halen here. That immortality field will go down as Gumbayam gets demeched here. So maybe this is finally that opening that Charger Blue was looking for, and Paka is looking to set up on the cart now.
You know, they're going straight pirate ship with this. I mean, they already have.
Oh man.
Paka has 70-80% to their ultimate. Yeah, I mean, tank configuration is nothing to scoff at as well. So, a good window tank configuration. Never thought I'd be saying that.
Oh my god, bro.
Would be absolutely bonkers as far as damage potential. Just, I mean, just as far as sheer shield break would be amazing. But we'll see how this pans out.
Yeah, both teams sort of trying to meet in the middle here. Now UNew Haven Varsity opting to go to the high ground, drop right on UAH Charger Blue here as they finally dislodge that Bastion from the cart, and it's a massive shatter from Halen, and they're just gonna clean right up. Ice Monta, MJ Reyes, they're all gonna go down there.
Yeah, and University of New Haven is going to be having both their DPS holds coming into this. Gumbayum is going to be 88% to their mech. Not mech.
Self-destruct.
Their self-destruct. Thank you.
Yes,
Gcon's 80% to their beat. And that's a lot of ults.
Yep, Paka. Probably looking to use that tank configuration sometime soon.
Oh!
The shatter from MJ Reyes. Gonna find 3 on the ground. Rack will be the first one to go down from that shot from Emerald. As that Blizzard is going to come out from the Megalodon, though, in response, it's going to completely shut down the tank form from Paka. He's not really going to find anything except himself. That's the only pick he finds with the tank configuration form. And he might be looking to switch off of this in the spawn room.
You know, absolutely. At this point, yeah, it looks like a double sniper coming out from UAH Charger Blue, which I respect Emerald being on the Widowmaker. I think that there's a lot of potential there for you know, a quick pick, especially on a Genghis. That would be absolutely insane. But I think Paka switching over back to the Echo is good for just the sheer amount of damage.
Oh, the
no
bomb finds
shield,
2.
We'll find 2. It's huge.
Yep. And then now the rest of Charger Blue, they're gonna clean up and finally get distance on this cart. A little over a minute left. I don't think UNew Haven will go for recontest. I don't think they'll have enough time to. Looks like Gcons, though, is looking to go for it. Look at this.
Yeah, well, Gcons and Gumbayum is.
Oh, he's dead.
They were going to be present. Oh, but it looks like.
Oh, he used the high noon
used
as
the
well.
high noon.
Heartbreaking. I don't know if he'll switch or not, but I don't really know if he needed to use that at that point. He does switch to the Reaper, though, so I can see why he used it now. Yeah, the Reaper pick, if you can really disrupt that, disrupt the Widow, like maybe go on a TP flank or something like that, maybe you could really shut down that Widow.
Ooh,
assuming he doesn't get onto the high ground. Yeah, that's a good pick on the Emerald to really just delay UNew Haven even more. It looks like they're still trying to commit to this, but they look really scattered. And the self-destruct will come out, but it's not going to find anything as Gcons is on 1 HP, and Paka will finally be able to finish him off with that focusing beam. And Genghis Khan as well, he's going to follow suit. Paka really making a statement here as the rest of his team is gonna continue to make distance on this payload here. Rack is gonna be the last one to go down here. Looks like there is time for a recontest though on the side of UNew Haven Varsity. If they can get there in time, they will have ultimates to work with. But I don't really know. It might be a little bit scuffed here. What do you think?
I think that
Looks
the
like they can
Megalodon
get in
needs
time,
to make
actually.
the app. No, they could go through either the top here, which they get shattered for it, but they still have time to touch the cart. The Megalodon with the freeze coming out, absolutely massive, gets them off the cart. Ice Monster with the self-destruct, not being able to find anything, and MJ Race and Halen taking a quick little bump in the noggin. The counter freeze coming out from Paka. Not really being able to find anything either. It was just, that was a big trading of ultimates, but ultimately, UNew Haven's going to come out on top with both support ults and the Shatter coming online. It's looking good for Varsity right now. You just have to make sure that Rack does not backcap.
Yeah, he's on the tracer. I feel like he might be looking for it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's so many routes that you could take.
Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. They're defending.
Wait, oh,
Oh my, Jesus. Okay, well, bit of a mix-up. We call it unfortunate. RKO will use that sound barrier, gets the rest of his team to stay alive. Hanoi will use that immortality field. MJ Reyes just swinging and swinging. G-Con's using that sound barrier in response here. MJ Reyes not gonna find anything with the Shatter except the Megalodon. That could be a big pick though. That could be absolutely huge. As Hanoi will use that amplification matrix. As Halen will go down as well. No main tank left on the side of UNew Haven Varsity. It might be looking like they're gonna be going back for a 3rd point hold here if they can't find some semblance of a stall here. Gumbayum does get back in the mech though, which does sell out at least a little bit more time here. Rack is the only one left on the point, but more members for UNew Haven Varsity are coming out. The Megalodon, Halen, G-Cons all coming in on the point here. They're all gonna go down though, but at the very least, you do run out their time and make it at least a little bit annoying for UAH Charge of Blue. It looks like they're going to be making some composition or just hero swaps here. And we'll go back over to the Widow, which I think is a really good pick here. Maybe Sniper Diff Rack, who has moved over to the Ash. The Megalodon has that Blizzard, and both Rhines have their Shatters ready. Paka looking to maybe get a really good copy here. I really think copying the Rhine or the Diva here would really be ideal. Just to really build up that ultimate quickly. And given how aggressive they're going here, you could just land right in the enemy team with that copy here. And this is a Shatter from MJ Reyes. Is gonna find 2 on the ground. Both tanks are gonna go down as a result. Paka using that copy on the BAP, another immortality field for them. But not much out of it. He doesn't get that matrix that he perhaps wanted, but I don't think it matters. He's still gonna get the best of Genghis Khan, and the rest of Charge of Blue, they're gonna queen this right up.
Bonjour. Hello.
It is an absolutely massive tempo swing for UAH Charger Blue right now. They just have to make sure that they rotate their ultimates very beautifully here. Hanoi and Ice Manta can drop them at the same time, but they have nothing after that. They need to make sure that they make this the nail in the coffin.
Nail in the coffin, indeed. Ice Manta gonna find the Megalodon though with that self-destruct, which could be good for them. But that Matrix got quite some value on the side of UNew Haven Varsity. Hanoi uses his for Charge of Blue, and he'll find Halen with the help of that damage boost, I believe, and he'll find Genghis Khan asserting his dominance once again in the BAP matchup. Self-destruct gonna come out from Gumbayum in a last-ditch effort as ultimates. There's the Bob out from Rack here to really just disrupt UAH Charge of Blue. Hanoi on 1 HP. They can't go up or else Bob is just gonna shoot them down. This is rough for them now. And the Shatter from Halen. Emre Reyes will go down. This is looking like it could be it for UNew Haven Varsity.
UAH Charger Blue.
Oh my
MJ
God.
Reyes with the...
It's just Ice Manta. Oh
No!
my God. And that's it.
That's-
GG.
that's-
Another 3-0 for UNew Haven Varsity. They just suddenly turned into like the Washington Justice from 2020 with this playoff run that they're having here. This is ridiculous. Oh my God, bro. What is... This is crazy stuff we're seeing from UNew Haven Varsity. 3 3-0s in a row, and they've taken out UAH Charge of Blue. I mean, my channel points are all gone, but I'm astounded by what UNew Haven Varsity has been doing here.
that was a beautiful display. Varsity knowing how to take the tempo from Charger Blue, just ultimately the Megalodon always having their
Oh,
ultimate up, the really good in keeping the swing of things in their control. Like they played their comfort picks, yes, but they also were very, very practiced at what they wanted to do on each of their compositions through this series. I'm very impressed with how they've progressed in this entire tournament. But that being said, we have to narrow down one person from UNew Haven Varsity to be our MVP. Hawkshaw, I want your thoughts.
oh man, it's gonna be an interesting it's gonna be an interesting one. Huh, I gotta think about this for a moment. I think um I think Rack really provided a lot of value, especially on the hit scan role. Um, Again, like you pointed out, the Megalodon really putting on a show as well for you New Haven Varsity. Um, Halen as well in the Rhine duel, really getting the better of MJ Reyes quite a few times there. Um, Really everyone on New Haven Varsity really just playing well overall. What do you think? Who do you who in your mind who are some candidates?
So memes aside, I think that Gumbayum is definitely a contender, and here's why. Not only did they have the positioning in order to get some remet kills in the Blizzard world, but they also played a very effective main tank in the dive. If you noticed, Halen was on the Diva and Gumbayum was on that Winston, just giving absolutely massive, massive disruption at all times and staying alive. You know, it's not one that is very flashy, but Gumbayum really played some fantastic tank tonight. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think we gotta yeah, Gumbayum. Ever since he joined New Haven Varsity, he's been incredible for them. Just absolutely incredible. We've seen him really on the Diva, a lot of the Diva, and in the Neo Goats, and like Double Bubble, he's played quite a bit of the Winston as well. Really just shows the flexibility. And he's been on some other heroes as well, and really shown up on those as well. So yeah, I think it's gotta be Gumbayum. What do you think?
I have to agree 100%. All right, let's see if we can get him in here real quick for a after series interview. Um, but I cannot I cannot say how happy I am to see the level at these teams. Like we've seen from one place to another, all of these teams have improved. And speaking of which, Gabium, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Coming off a big win again.
Yes,
Absolutely, man.
yes,
Well done.
sir. Yes, sir. And much, much to your much to your pleasure, I'm sure. But
My Titanfall kills, yeah.
there, see, I'm not gonna say that it was a big part in our decision, but it was a pretty big part in our decision. You're it, making it sound nice and pretty with a bow on top. Your positioning was very good, and your ability to keep up your team and make everything so cohesive, I think is very impressive. So I
Dude,
guess my question to you is that you kind of went from two different roles tonight, right? On that Havana game, on the initial dive, you were playing Winston, being that
yeah.
main tank, being that shot caller, making those plays. But during the brawl, you kind of, not, I don't want to say take a step back, but I'm sure that you played just a different role in a way of that off tank, making sure that your team stays alive and thinking about so many different things. So my question to you is, how do you how do you handle these different switches? Like, how do you just switch a thing in your brain and it just all works? Or, I mean, what do you do to prepare yourself for these all these things you have to handle?
I mean, I would probably say it's just like my experience on the characters. I like playing Winston and Diva both a lot. Winston's a lot of fun to play jump on people. I mean, both times on West and Diva, my job was basically just put pressure on the Widow when I was able to do that successfully on each hero. And so, yeah, just, I mean, they both have different, like, purposes and roles, but I kind of just did the same thing on both of them this time.
Okay, so you played a little bit more of a disruption style, and we definitely noticed that there was a lot of a lot of denial of anything that the enemy team wanted to do really. Another thing that I would say is your survivability. I'm sure that in the game stats you had very low amount of deaths. Um, just what are your keys to success in that, and how do you stay alive so often?
I mean, just using the kit properly, with the Matrix and Bubble, jumping in and out with Winston, right, and as well as the boots with Diva. I mean, you just got to know when to engage and disengage and how to judge that to survive, because a big important part of this game is just staying alive. People don't really recognize that with a 10-second respawn time, right? It's pretty big, and that can really change a fight.
Absolutely. Hawkshot, do you have any questions for our MVP?
So yeah, ever since you joined the team, it feels like you've really had like a really big staple role in UNew Haven Varsity um as a team. So how does it feel really just coming in and then straight away into these play-in games, having that staple role and performing so well?
I mean, it really feels nice to get MVP a second time after just joining in, getting 3-0s or 9 and well, yeah, we're 9-0 now in the play-ins. I haven't dropped on that yet. We're not planning on doing that either. So just looking forward to the next game.
Absolutely. Yeah, Beryl, is there anything else you want to say for or to Gumbayan before we send him back to his team?
Absolutely. I've got one last question for you, and then you can go celebrate with your team, my man. What would you say to your future contenders in your next match, being 413 Catalyst?
Just look at the map scoring. That's
Nice.
it.
Fair
Well,
enough.
I've one more thing to say, and that is, we're the better Chargers.
Absolutely. And you really showed it today. Really great job to UNew Haven Varsity. Really a surprising um, play and run that we've been seeing so far. And yeah, great job to you guys. We're gonna send you back to your team. Congratulations on the win. Go celebrate with your team. You guys very much earned it. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
All right. So, taking a look at now the new fixtures that we have sponsored by Rogue Energy. We have the next match coming up will be 413 Catalyst versus University of New Haven. And
Yeah.
we continue this tournament one match at a time. And the next match will be happening tomorrow, 8 p.m. EST. Don't miss it. It's going to be another octane-filled series. I am actually sure that this one is just going to be just as insane as. I mean, you got to remember they're getting. University of New Haven keeps getting 3-0s, but eventually they're going to go up against something that they might get a little bit of pushback. So I can't wait for that. You always like to see the underdog take a little bit, but you want that struggle in the end. Anything from you, Hawkshaw?
I don't think so. Other than again, thank you guys so much for the immense amount of support that we've gotten over the course of the 4-13 CS season. Yeah, it's really meant a ton. And if you like what you're seeing here, and if you haven't already, you feel free to like drop a follow, and if you really want to, a sub as well. Any amount of support, even just being here, is absolutely massive for us. So yeah, it really means a whole lot.
All right. Well, with that all being said, and thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end, we will catch you guys on the next time. Bye-bye.